Hola, welcome to Barcelona. Two combatants, Emirates Team New Zealand and Ineos Britannia, are about to go into battle for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. Sir Ben Ainslie stands on the precipice of greatness. This is the first time in 60 years the British have made the match. Win it, and their names will be etched in silver. 173 years of hurt will be permanently erased. But standing in their way is the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand. They've won it twice, defended it twice, and are one of the most successful teams in modern history. The pathway to greatness is clear. 13 races have been scheduled. First to 7 will win the right to hold the old mug aloft. This is sailing's pinnacle event. Let's head to the start box for race 1.
55 to the start. 3. Kick the tack under them, I think.
Final foot.
Okay, they go early, go past.
Yeah.
Go past.
They're going past.
Button.
Aim for the pin.
All about the time and distance, how long there is left to the start, how long it's going to take you to get there, your position relative to the opposition.
There's good stuff far right, so if they go, I'd want to go with them.
Go slower, sorry. You're on.
Emirates Team New Zealand a little early, just having to kill a little bit of time. The British will be almost time on distance for the pin from where they are.
Well, we didn't get the fight, the tussle we were hoping for, but this is going to be close at the start.
The charge towards history is about to begin. Race 1 of the match, and the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup is a go.
Okay, 30 to boundary.
A beautiful start from the Kiwis, 3.5 metres back, nothing at this speed, doing 35 knots.
A little early speed advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand, just off the line with about 2.5 knots more boat speed, converting that into an early gain.
Going to use all the boundary.
Kiwi team though in this light air, when they do tack, if they exit the boundary on port tack, they will be the giveaway boat. Whilst they're inside the boundary, they have all the rights.
Lovely tack from Emirates Team New Zealand.
We just want to make sure we get out of here if we need to.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 1.6 nautical miles.
Very good sign if they're lengthening the course, that wind is in and stable.
Big tack as well. I'm out if we can.
Yeah, more pressure coming too. Up beyond the top mark, I'm seeing greener patches on the water, so I think there's more pressure coming down the course, but both boats will be around this top mark gate before that new pressure hits them.
Okay. Going button.
So Ineos Britannia sitting in the dirty air of Emirates Team New Zealand, so that wing wash or that sail wash coming out the back.
Button.
I've got weight of faking coming down. That's right.
And that'll slow the British team down.
Just settle. I think the pressure will be good straight.
Emirates Team New Zealand about to complete the first leg of 6 in race 1, the opening race of the match here in Barcelona. Strong start has given them the advantage at this point.
It's me there, no deeper feet.
Ineos Britannia coming through. The one thing we have seen in the whole of this regatta, downwind, Britannia is quick.
Early jibe here. Copy. Pressure hit. Right into it. 2. Working down. Okay, all the way down. Go hard. Airway jibe. Hit it, boys. And forward down here. That's it. 1. Made. Turning. Parallel. 2. Work. Go hard. In the middle. Will be one more jibe.
Kiwis laying the gate. One more manoeuvre for the British team.
Emirates Team New Zealand about to complete leg number 2 of 6, a third of the way through the opening race in the match, but There's just a sense this one is going to be very, very close. They get around and hit up on the second upwind leg, and it's been a good downwind leg for Ineos Britannia. Very good one.
Smart move by Emirates Team New Zealand to take that other turn. They could have laid in right, but by taking that left turn, they put Ineos Britannia immediately in their wing wash and force Ineos Britannia to do an early tack away down speed.
Yeah, great positioning from the Kiwis already in that defending position. Got the British right where they want them.
I think we're heading in now. It's knocking a bit.
Emirates Team New Zealand, look, they've got that lovely patch of wind, that green area we can see on the wind field.
On this one hard, Nate.
Heading higher than Britannia.
Stand by.
The meters are creeping up.
One down. 2, 1, 8. Turning. Farewell. 2, 1, don't watch.
Ben Ainsley handing over to Dylan Fletcher on driving duties aboard Ineos Britannia.
Nice way to build on.
And the wing wash off the back again of the Kiwi boat will be working its way down towards the British team. In these lighter conditions, very, very big bending of the breeze around all those sails, so a lot of dirty air going down there.
I think it's going to hold, right? It's only 20 delay. Yeah, looks okay.
See the difference in VMG there, Shirley. Not many options there for the British team apart from tacking away.
Okay, stand by.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, lengthening to 1.8 nautical miles.
It has been a strong leg upwind for Emirates Team New Zealand. They have defended Ineos well at this point. Halfway through race 1 in the match, and it's the defender leading as they head downwind for leg number 4.
They'll have to do the extra one to get there too.
Pretty nice left lane here.
Yeah, lifting now. We'll see how we hook up out of the stripe, right? Whether we want to go lift again.
And Nathan and the guys on that port side completely blind to their crew members on the other side of the boat, so having to rely 100% on comms to paint the picture to sail the boat accurately around the course.
Yeah, for sailors around the world, can you imagine you can only see 180 degrees? It is a different game.
Straight through on the front lane, Andy.
Emirates Team New Zealand approaching the bottom gate, and that will complete leg number 4. They've controlled this race to this point. The defender of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. Remember, first to 7 race wins. New Zealand flag flies, and why not? But there's a long, long way to go.
Switch the gas and then
Ineos Britannia now approaching the bottom gate. They will complete 4 legs. It's a 6-leg race, so get around the mark and then you're upwind for the last time before you head home here in Barcelona.
See some accumulated data there.
Look at that. Look at that for a crowd on the opening day of the match.
I think we'll get the match.
Yeah, pretty easy, I think. Watch the back of the waves.
The final upwind leg is about to be completed by the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, and then they'll round that mark in the top game and head home. The finish line is the next point of reference.
I think you get driving about 40.
All those fans inside Kiwi Corner wanting only one thing, and that's a win in race 1.
Any sign of it dropping
75 kilometre an hour.
At least 20.
Top speed in the Bearaway in just over 7.4 knots of true wind speed, so fantastic performance.
Breeze is a bit lighter. We heard them say on board. I can see it's only 7 or 8 knots. Getting trickier.
Unfortunately, Ineos Britannia just having to do that final tack right in the dirty air that Emirates Team New Zealand just provided by rounding that top mark. So very difficult from here to dig their way back into this one.
And Ineos Britannia will round the top gate for the final time in race 1, match 1.
big push for the cyclors here to get that massive twin skin mainsail back sheeted on.
Okay, any time here? Goodbye. Move. One down. 1 please. Come out.
Both these boats have managed the course, as you say, connecting the dots beautifully today. There's still one more race to come, weather permitting. And potentially after this, the Pooch Women's America's Cup single match race final. But right now, the Defender is heading towards the finish line.
Little header on the scratch with the guff.
45 to go, 45 to line.
It's Cam Webster on the cycling team, just giving his
Anytime should be good.
cycler group a heads up of their next manoeuvre coming up.
I think so.
Hamish Bonda, an Olympic gold medalist who row. His combination with Eric Murray is legendary in rowing circles. He's also been a bronze medalist as a cyclist in the Commonwealth Games. He has the biggest motor I have seen in many, many years in professional sport. But right now, on the opening day of the match in race 1, the Defender Emirates Team New Zealand has done what it set out to do and put a stake in the ground. Emirates Team New Zealand win race 1 of the match.
It was quite a dynamic race, so we learned a lot about, obviously how we've got to sail the boat in these conditions. We've been training all week and we've had such variable conditions, but for us it was nice to get a clear start and get ahead on that first cross and control the race. So there'll be a lot more learning going on over the next few days, but yeah, very happy to get the win in the first race.
Yeah, we didn't have the perfect entry to the race, but actually the guys did a good job to sort of recover from that and keep calm. And we're in a half-decent spot off the start line. It was just really dependent on where the breeze went from there. And Kiwis did a nice job. They got the bit of left-hand pressure, which put them in a strong position. They got a good race from there. So, yeah, look, it wasn't, we really did a whole lot wrong. They just sailed a slightly better race.
After a 5-week absence from racing, Emirates Team New Zealand have gone 1 up. Can they deliver a psychological blow to Ineos Britannia and make it 2 from 2? The British are desperate to pry the old mug from the Kiwis. The stakes are high. Defeat is unthinkable. Let's head to the start box for race 2.
Ineos Britannia cleanly across.
Happy in your time there, going up.
Let's see what the Kiwis do.
Get board down.
And Ineos will be rolling into their standard tacking and circling manoeuvre. I've seen that many times before in the Challenger Series. I'll be looking to come in behind and actually put pressure on Emirates Team New Zealand. They get the choice then of whether to jump or whether to push.
Both teams will have a playbook. A few different moves in this scenario.
A potential dial-up here coming up. Ineos having to avoid.
We'll be taking get my Canton here.
Okay, this is a proper match race start here.
Both teams probably wanting to get to protect that right. Kiwis happy to hang back.
Ineos Britannia will be coming in on that luffing ley line of that right-hand end. The British now will be trying to lock Emirates Team New Zealand out. Emirates Team New Zealand will be looking to come in, build speed and come in for a hook below.
TTK is time to kill. Both teams slightly early.
Pressure looks okay for them.
Could play into the Kiwis' hands.
And we'll see Emirates Team New Zealand immediately tack away.
It's on again, race 2 of the match in the 37th America's Cup.
The Kiwis were the closest to the line, 5 metres back, nothing. Doing 36 knots, rolling into that tack.
Emirates Team New Zealand sailing into that more pressure over that right-hand side, but the British team holding an early advantage.
18 this way. Nice breeze.
Yeah, this is a vital cross, first cross coming up. Initial advantage to Ineos, but Emirates Team New Zealand over on that right-hand side. You can see they're taking away valuable metres. The New Zealanders are bow forward. Ineos will not get round their bow. It's decision time for the challenger.
Just on the outside.
Okay, slowly working up.
Too close for the Kiwis to tack to defend that right-hand side.
There is pressure on the right boundary now.
Slightly lifted now.
I'd be keen to get back over there.
A little wide pedal. Sorry, it's gone left. Right.
Still slight right.
Just getting back into wind. VMG's a good name. Pulling bearing at the moment. There's a bit of breeze across it, definitely want to go past.
Kiwi's got a little bit of a lift, it looks like, on that left-hand side.
Potentially just crossing Emirates Team New Zealand, but the British will start winding it up to have a piece of them. Just a little too far away to cause any raise of heart rate for umpire Richard Slater and his team.
And button.
20 seconds away. Top gate, how's it look? Something coming out the left one, maybe. They've got a pretty good hookup out there on breeze, okay?
We're right behind Emirates Team New Zealand now. This cross, certainly Ineos went over to the right with good pressure. There's not a hell of a lot in this. Emirates Team New Zealand have been run down here. So this cross will be pretty well bow to bow with the starboard advantage to Ineos. Gains on the right.
Backing away now.
Good deal.
Just that extra pressure down that side, Shirley, I think showing to be that advantage like we talked about before, just better boat speed by the British team.
A mistake by Emirates Team New Zealand. We heard the discussion on board, you know, would they take that right-hand mark, but it meant another manoeuvre. They'll be regretting it now. They have a fight on their hands. Hardly anything between these two giants.
Ainsley now handing over to Dylan Fletcher on the steering wheels.
Choose our best lane out
Emirates Team New Zealand into that slightly better pressure now as well, so definitely a lane of breeze down that far side of the course.
We're both just not laying, that's what it says.
Bottom gate for the first time. Bit of a yo-yo of a match going on here. Wait for this moment.
Big pressure on Team New Zealand here to execute this down speed two-board roundup.
And watch the gas.
They got it back. I think they're not here, boys. Here we go. That's good. Keep going. All the way. Looking up now.
How good is this? How good is this? Race 2 in the match.
They were big manoeuvres in 7-8 knots of wind. So impressive.
With the British team with about a 5-knot boat speed advantage, actually rounding the mark and then pulling off a very light air tack.
4, 3, 2, 1. Point down.
Decision time now for Ineos Britannia of whether to hang there or tack away.
And button.
They're gone.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.35 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 232.
There's a little one building on the top right, Pete, that I'd want to protect.
Yeah, copy.
We'll choose a good line to get across there.
Cross coming, developing. Ineos have been working up that right-hand side. A little bit more pressure on the right. The other thing was the pre-race decision made by both teams. They went with slightly smaller jibs. Great Britain went with a J2. New Zealand stepped down to a J3. And I just wonder if they're suffering a little bit on the Kiwi boat with that smaller jib. I think the wind is a little bit lighter than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, nice gains to us here.
Dylan Fletcher painting the picture for us. They are back in the game. Lots of gains for the British team on that right-hand side of the track.
Pressure him back in 10. 15 till lay.
Yeah, J3, a very, very small jib on board Emirates Team New Zealand.
He's just coming left here. I will. One, go board.
Ineos have just jibed, and they've jibed in a nice little lane of pressure that's just going down the right-hand side. New Zealand were pretty quiet over on the left, so Ineos are making a move on this second downwind leg.
I think the pressure's still better straight. But what's going to be hard is if it goes left.
So big gains back there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now potentially sailing back into that better pressure that the British got the benefit of down that side. So in theory, it should be gains back now again to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Probably. Right turn at the moment is quite biased.
Britannia just a click quicker here on this run.
Yeah, that bigger jib will definitely be helping Ineos Britannia on this downwind. A little more in range in these light air conditions with that slightly bigger front sail on board.
We're nearing the halfway point in race number 2. And Ineos Britannia closing quickly on the defender.
This is going to be a very down-speed manoeuvre for both boats coming into this right turn.
How about that? Right up their transom and then quickly jibing away. So again, as we complete the halfway mark in this second race, nothing in it.
Emirates Team New Zealand just not being far enough in front to be able to really get the elbows out.
Big push now. Breeze all the way. I'm not sure it's worth the double kick. I think we're too far into performance. Nice.
Are you happy with the left mark exit?
Yeah.
I think surely the breeze just slowly trending downwards, if anything.
Yeah, a little bit down.
Making it harder for the sailors. I mean, a real privilege for us, isn't it, to listen to the comms on board. And it's so cool and calm on Emirates Team New Zealand. You were part of that team. It's a trademark.
Certainly keeping it nice and chilled at the moment, just executing their boat handling well. And as we've seen with the youth and the women's America's Cup as well, all about nice, cool, calm comms.
I think it's going to be windier for left turn for sure.
Head breathe.
Just thinking one and in right turn.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking, but I'm happy with that. I think that breeze is...
Both teams just opting for a slightly different lower foil section there to meet the rule requirement for the CG, the centre of gravity rule. So Emirates Team New Zealand running their weight in an air bomb at the front, and Ineos Britannia running theirs at the rear as a tail.
Another 5.
It has been outstanding racing from the Kiwis today. Have not put a foot wrong.
What's the line we always use? Minimise mistakes if they're going to happen, and you're going to be in a good position. In a game that has somewhat felt like a chess match, it is checkmate to Emirates Team New Zealand. And they lead the cup now, 2 races to 0.
Oh, nice way to start.
No, Tommy.
Yeah, it was super shifty, and just with these clouds around, finding it really hard to see what the breeze is going to do. But I think we did a great job as a crew, just talking through it and taking some smart options.
Oh, Benny, we've seen you guys on a really massive speed and performance curve over the last sort of few weeks. How much is left in the tank, and with your speed and performance?
I think still there's plenty. Every day we sail this boat, we're figuring new stuff out. We're getting better. Of course, the other teams are as well, and it's interesting to see for sure. Team New Zealand taking a jump since we last saw them in the round robins. It certainly looks like that. But that's the game that we're in. And for our team, we'll just keep plugging away and looking for those gains, and tomorrow will be another day.
Hola, welcome to Barcelona, where 2 heavyweights, Emirates Team New Zealand and Ineos Britannia, are duking it out for sailing's holy grail. After a 5-week absence, the Kiwis took flight, blew off the cobwebs and raced to a 2-0 lead. If day 1 was anything to go by, the series is shaping up to be a dogfight. But, as we know, the British Bulldog is a symbol of grit and determination. Ineos Britannia are here for a scrap, and they won't be pulling punches. So let's head to the start box. The British have port entry. New Zealand is on starboard. Green light for Ineos Britannia.
And across, nice. Yeah.
Pretty happy with Tiger still.
Green light for the defender. Let the battle begin.
Backing down. Yep. Backing down.
Actually, it's sweet still.
Yep. Coming up now.
3, 2, 1. Foot down.
2. 1.
Happy to peel.
Foot down. 2.
1.
Mate. Turning. Steady jibe.
That's 3 and 1. Foot down on me.
Good.
British team going into a familiar manoeuvre, Shirley.
All the way
Staying low.
Yeah, they like to tack early,
Here they come up now.
follow behind,
We're ahead of them here.
Low on our exit.
prefer to be on the prowl.
90, maybe a little lower.
It's between 7 and 10.5 knots of wind speed at the moment. British here
Okay, we're done.
potentially got a bit on.
Foot down.
Turning all the time here.
Hey, keep on the foils. Keep on the foils.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that was close. Those intersections
Nice one.
almost a clash of foils there.
Nice.
All good here.
Okay,
Go.
slowly support here.
1. Forward. Still on the foils.
And
This is the umpire's penalty GBR.
that's a huge moment in this race.
Go both times.
We want to be
Times.
Big error for the British.
Still going ahead, so
killing.
So that is a 75-metre penalty there. Having a look at this replay, the British just not doing enough to keep clear. Shirley really late getting that board down.
foils.
Oh, and those foils
Christ.
so close to touching. Absolutely.
All the time here.
Have a look out the window here. Oh, that was very, very, very close.
Hey, go lads. I will.
So the British team
Pressure right.
having to pay a 75-metre penalty off this start line, so they will split tack start. Emirates Team New Zealand again potentially being able to line them up as Ineos the giveaway boat.
Don't be over.
Yeah, good shout.
Let's get going. It's race 3 of the match. It's showtime in Barcelona.
It's a big field here, don't want to lose it.
So the British team will immediately tack away. They still have to pay that 75-metre penalty relative to Emirates Team New Zealand.
Still in left phase on us. Okay, if they're in left phase, we have to carry on, right? Yes.
The Kiwis crossed that line doing 33 knots, so really built this speed in anticipation for that
It's still got one.
manoeuvre.
It's too fast now. It's still left phase here, guys.
25 or so.
Backing back again.
If the British don't pay this penalty within a minute, they will get a second penalty.
It's tracking right the wind now.
I'm sure they've still got it. Okay.
You see them heading down now, the British, just trying to shake off those meters.
Penalty clear.
Emirates Team New Zealand right beside us here. They've just tacked, heading across now on starboard. Ineos actually handled that pretty well. It took a while to get rid of the penalty, but they're coming back from that left-hand side, and they look quite bow up. So that was a good recovery from that penalty pre-start, but how expensive is it to get a penalty so early on?
Kiwis far enough ahead that they can really aggressively defend, forcing Ineos back to the left-hand side.
Where do you think the best pressure is?
Similar to South Africa.
I think I need 4 here, Blanche, at the bottom end of the 2, yeah?
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.6 nautical miles.
So both boats just one more manoeuvre into this top gate.
It's about 5. Have a good look at it.
Tracking left. 3, 2, 1. Foot down.
Between 8.5 and basically 9.5 knots at that top gate at the moment of wind speed.
I think quite overload, sorry. They fix the mark, they serve attack.
It's generally getting softer.
You want to take the left mark off them?
Yep. We're in left phase now, but I think straight through is all good. Get back in that when we have
Entering the top gate for the first time on the back end of an aggressive move in the start box. The defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, lead after one leg of 6 in race 3 of the match.
36. About right on those numbers.
Ineos Britannia, though, not too far away. That's a long way to go with the wind conditions that we have, and if they're starting to drop, this truly is going to be a chess match.
All right, work it down. 1, 2, 1, 100, head it, boys.
Kiwis made gains, didn't they, the second half of that upwind leg.
Big crowds. They are growing, aren't they, Glenn? They are just growing through Barcelona.
There you go, count 24, 23 here, lads.
On board Ineos Britannia. Ben Ainsley steering at the moment. Dylan Fletcher, tactics and course management.
Guessing our options now is whether or not we come back early. I mean, were worried about that bottom left. One of our right here at the moment. Slick right, big righty. They can't jibe here with their gas. Put on a reload here.
Emirates Team New Zealand coming across, all the way across now. They'll jibe shortly as they line up for that bottom mark gate. But I think smart choice by Emirates Team New Zealand going with a slightly bigger jib. If they showed any sort of vulnerability yesterday, it was on this on the downwind legs. Today, it looks like they've matched, and I think they've actually made a bit of a gain, but some of that is because they've sailed in pressure all the way down leg 2.
And it's a little lighter now, but it would have taken a bit of depth out of the jib on the upwind.
2, 1, go board.
Oh, quite a big touchdown on board Ineos Britannia there. That wasn't their best jibe exiting.
A third of race number 3 done in this match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup, and the Defender leading at the bottom gate, heading now upwind for leg number 3. It's the biggest lead of the race so far. So in pressure that's dropping across the court, what can Ineos Britannia offer up? There's still a lot of racing still to be done here on the waters of Barcelona. They complete leg number 2. Nice place to watch some racing.
Let's have a quick look at the optimum course, the options. Still bumping off the boundaries, just staying in the pressure.
Probably go reasonably soon just to give us a stand by. Put down.
3, 2, 1, 8.
Heading. 5, 2, 1, get on board.
A higher average speed for the British boat. Slightly lower VMG, not much in it.
Just sailing a slightly further distance, the British, but sailing fast through the water. Beautiful tack on board both boats.
Just getting better in a second.
Yeah, just going to go slower.
Yeah.
That's,
You're going to get pressure on your hip now. They're still holding through, they're breathing through to leeward. Obviously.
If we want to try and just keep it close to wait for an opportunity.
So the British team actually well and truly air forward there, so not getting affected.
Big lefty there. Like that. Yeah, stand by.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shortening to 1.4 and shifting the axis to 066.
Tough call for Ineos Britannia there. All the pressure was the way they were going, but just sitting in the dirt of the Kiwis.
Right to me. Yeah.
Emirates Team New Zealand just minimising the separation to keep control.
better wind in up front to me.
I agreed with that.
Any knots?
As the wind lightens, it is forecast to go to the right, and that's what's happening. That's why the boats are favouring this right-hand side of the course coming up leg 2.
On top of it.
Ineos' speech just fine. They're matching Emirates Team New Zealand upwind, but the New Zealanders now are in phase with the GBR boat, and that makes it hard for the trailing boat to get leverage, to put themselves into position, to put pressure on the Kiwis.
Let's go. 1, mate. No entry. 3, 2, 1. Go on board. Pass filled. Clear.
Happy to hang on to this windward.
Not much chat from Ben Ainsley. Dylan Fletcher doing most of the talking.
It's just coming.
He'll be frustrated with himself for that error.
Rebuilds, aren't we? Bottom end of this. Oh, is there anything else we can do, lads? I think at the moment we can.
That's a sign of
Pressure coming down.
not a lot of options there for the British team after that pre-start penalty and the deficit they had to pay early, handing control of the race immediately to Emirates Team New Zealand. So they just have to keep it tight and try and force Emirates Team New Zealand to make an unforced error.
Big rider here.
Team New Zealand straight out of the playbook, match racing. Keep the cover on, keep yourself between the opposition and the top mark. Pretty simple stuff when you're in the lead. For the trailing boat, it's about trying to create leverage. The other thing I'm noticing is the New Zealand flight, they fly the boat very, very close to the water, getting a lot of end plate effect. It looks like Ineos to me. Some of it is because of the higher top sides, just flies a little bit higher.
It's a great observation by Pete on the water, and the idea of the flight of these boats is to fly the hull as close as you possibly can over the water surface. That big skeg underneath just creating a tiny little vortex at the bow.
Just got to do it on our times.
Which travels under the hull, creating an air curtain.
Potentially early dive, we'll see what the pressure looks like.
Copy.
Fahar on the lay is good for laying a trail.
This race has a real feel of yesterday. Just control, defend beautifully, and keep them behind you. It's a job being well executed by the defender at this point in the race.
Actually quite steady wind in direction. Not that many options for the British team.
We are at the halfway stage of race number 3 in the match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, still in control. Ineos Britannia, they've been hurting since the start from that boat-on-boat penalty.
Found away in 3, 2, 1, down. 1 header, boys. Go all the way to boundary here for gas.
So the aerodynamic performance of both boats about 5 times less critical on the downwinds compared to the upwinds, with just a lot less airflow going over the hull on the downwind, but hydrodynamically extremely important. So most of the drag being picked up by the foils on both boats.
Time to go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Coach Ray Davies joins us once again. Aggressive in the start box has paid off.
Yeah, it sure did. It was great to see a bit of match racing creeping in there, so really, really awesome. The guys, JJ and Sam, have been on this one for quite a while, and we've been practicing it a lot, and Ben's been asking for someone to do it for quite some time, so it was good that it was us that gave him one of those.
Ray, the distance between those foils was frighteningly close. I think the shots later on will show how close that was, but both boats doing a great job to avoid. But yeah, nice to see some great match racing and obviously matching jibs, so the right call again from the weather team.
Yeah, no, it's all going well today. It's going to get tricky though. This breeze is getting softer and softer, so we're seeing 8s and 7.5s at times on the course. We'll just get another lap in and try and bank another one, but it's tricky out here.
Yeah, what are you expecting from the racetrack as this afternoon goes on?
Oh, we're just expecting it to soften off. All of the forecasts are just having this breeze easing as the day goes on, and we came out here and really, really beautiful 12 to 13 knots of breeze a couple of hours ago, and it's just been trending down, and yeah, can't really expect it getting right back up to those numbers again.
As always, thanks for your insight, Ray.
Okay.
About 20 to lay.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening to 1.3 nautical miles.
So about 10. I think it might go back, so happy to go relatively hard on it. 5. Nice.
Quite a lot of changing gears, different moding in this race. We started in 4 knots more.
2, 1, forward down.
A lot of adaptability in the setups.
Yeah, both boats doing over 4 times wind speed at the moment, so extremely efficient in these light air conditions.
Straight through, aren't we? Yeah, we are. I think just trying to get mid-gate. Nice apex on 1. Steady. It's the ABN. Andy, need waves. Keep it together.
Approaching the bottom gate to complete leg number 4. Emirates Team New Zealand have been in control since the start.
So, just check the phase.
The penalty that was forced upon Ineos Britannia has been a hard one. But there are no friends in this. They're friends off the water, but when on the water, they are rivals.
Yeah, left-hand guy's pretty nice. Over to right now.
All the teams only allowed to build 3 foils in total.
Carry on, from what I can see. Yeah, I'd agree.
I guess there is a spare of sorts.
Really nice pass for it.
Having a look at the foil there on the leeward side of Emirates Team New Zealand.
Definitely keep going if they go now.
Little spray deflectors on both teams, stopping that onset flow travelling up the shaft of the foil, and if you can separate that flow, slightly lower drag. Emirates Team New Zealand flight controls needing to keep those air bombs clear of the surface for low drag.
For me, one of the differences between the boats is the ability of the New Zealand boat to accelerate after tacks. I think the boats are very evenly matched on all around the track, but every tack manoeuvre just looks to me as though Emirates Team New Zealand gets back up to target speed just a little bit quicker and easier than Ineos.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shortening the final leg to 1.2 nautical miles.
Forward down. Steady.
Emirates Team New Zealand
Big righty.
complete leg number 5 of 6. Get around this final mark, and they're on the downwind leg to home.
All the way, wheels. They've gone on that last well. So.
And if you're an Emirates Team New Zealand fan, you'd be happy with what you're seeing right now.
Pretty even on the breeze.
They love it in Kiwi corner.
Obviously, we don't go into the soft stuff.
And just remember we're in our sort of light air technique here. Yep.
That'll hit it.
Yeah, real nice breeze here. Nice. I think all the way.
Ineos Britannia now coming in to complete the 5th leg.
2, 1, mate. Turning my wheel and exit.
Go back to what Dylan Fletcher said early in the piece. There wasn't much they could do.
Slow turn.
It'll hurt, this one. This one will hurt.
Yeah, a lot. A massive frustration from that error in the pre-start. We've seen it so important, isn't it, to win the start. The really tight course, not many options for passing.
Look, quite a way ahead here.
I suppose surely in one part of that whole discussion is that the aggression of the Kiwis, I suppose, may have surprised us. You're seeing it for the first time, but it'll now play into Ben's hand and be going, okay, you want to play that game? Let's wait for race number 4.
I think the 9 boat leads that Emirates Team New Zealand took out of Ineos up that second windward beat, I'd put that down to tacking technique and acceleration. Now they head down to the finish, the right-hand side of the track, or the left-hand looking down the track. There's a little bit more pressure, and that's pretty well the game plan. Just protect the favoured side of the course.
Nothing obvious, same job now.
We can take it off if you like.
I think that pre-start probably put the British on the back foot. I don't think they were quite expecting the absolute aggressiveness of the Kiwi team, and both these 75-foot boats coming at each other, bow on bow, closing speeds of around about 60 knots at that point in time.
Glenn, I mean, you sailed on this team for a long time. This is a new look, a new level of aggression for this Kiwi outfit.
Certainly sailing really, really well.
That's all good.
Long way to go, though. And we've seen results change through previous series, so keep chipping away, do the simple things well. Keep sailing the boat at its best performance.
Just,
Do you want to be port or like right or offshore or inshore after this?
I prefer to be on the other, so maybe we'll just go over there. And then,
They have controlled race 3 from leg 1 through 6 on the back of an aggressive start.
Just round up, go over by the committee.
Emirates Team New Zealand will now move to a 3-0 lead in the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup match.
Up 3,
I don't even see me.
1. That's too much code.
Nice race, guys.
Awesome. Great start.
Flags are flying.
You guys, pretty close swords, eh?
Pressure's on. Ineos Britannia. They were kicking themselves on the penalty. It was that moment and a controlled lead by Emirates that cost them a chance to get on the board. And they cross and finish race number 3 of the match.
Keep plugging, guys. Long way to go with this.
Lovely words there from Ben Ainsley to his troops. They'll be licking their wounds.
On board Emirates Team New Zealand and Peter Burling. Peter, aggressive start. Wow, no one saw that one coming.
Oh, we tried it yesterday and he just got past us, but it was a little bit uncomfortable, to be honest, with how close the boats got. But interesting to see how the umpires obviously ruled we were pretty clear there, so great to get a penalty and control the rest from there.
Yeah, Pete, congratulations. It looked close, and we heard you say on the comms it felt like you crossed swords. How much have you been working on that? To us, that is a new look, aggressive Emirates Team New Zealand.
Oh, we've been working on little bits and pieces. We've seen, I suppose, how hard it is when you're accelerating at a starboard boat. So it was great to finally be able to execute it in a race and when it counted.
Let's go across to Ineos Britannia, have a quick chat to Ben. Ben, have you got some thoughts on the penalty in the start box?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's a tough call. It was obviously at port starboard and felt like we were keeping clear, but obviously the umpires didn't see it that way. So, you know, that's the rubber to green.
What now, Ben? How do you reset?
Oh, yeah, we'll have a good look, have a chat with coaches, and yeah, we're just going to keep upbeat. We know there's a long way to go in this competition. We'll just keep pushing hard.
Still believing that you're as close when it comes to performance, because they get that feeling coming off your boat.
Well, maybe that's the Kiwi commentator in you, mate.
Hola, welcome to Barcelona. An attacking Team New Zealand have injected drama into the series, racing to a commanding 3-0 lead. Ineos Britannia have work to do, but they're led by one of the most aggressive match races the world has seen. It's time to release the beast. Can they break the defenders' momentum, or will the Kiwis keep applying the heat? Let's head to the start box. New Zealand has port entry. The British are on starboard.
You're well, mate. Okay, keeping high. Okay, killing 120. Middle of the box there. Line is still quite square.
Having a look at the power on board both boats here in the pre-start. Cyclor team pushing up around 1500 watts. You'll see the manoeuvres that'll increase. Big push in the pre-starts for both teams.
Big enough to get above.
Only early, you think? That's boat lay.
Kiwis running down the wall, just picking their time to head back for the line.
Turning up now. Yeah, turning up now.
They haven't turned up yet. They've just turned up now. Here's 0 by lay. 10 to the pin, really deep in the box.
Ineos Britannia tacking up. Maximum gauge off the Kiwis.
Shut the him. Yeah, I agree. I think we just want to stay high, time and distance.
We get over one should go back, right, once we're out of gas.
Trying to get going here.
Sounds like the plan on the British boat is keeping it simple, time and distance.
Saying you're like on time for the line, but I think you're game. Just keep sailing high and fast.
Building a bit of speed. Six. Yeah, killing 5.
We'll see the British team start to put the bow down and accelerate shortly.
Yeah, racing now.
And you can always take it down the line if you need to.
But slightly early if you think. Flat Swiss. Yeah. Killing 2.
Big speed build on board Ineos Britannia.
Up 2. Still killing 2. Up killing half, all the way.
Going to be a clean start. And race 4 is out the door in the match.
The British team 2 knots faster boat speed off the line, so a really big gain of VMG early on, early advantage Ineos Britannia.
Good start by Ineos. That's their best start of the regatta, and they're still making gains over Emirates Team New Zealand. So as they come up to that left-hand boundary.
A little strong out of
The British team will be just looking to line Emirates Team New Zealand up to get them in the dirty air straight out of this manoeuvre.
It's a very considered start by the British. They obviously think they've got the pace to match the Kiwis.
Ineos needing to really get this tack very close to Emirates Team New Zealand if they can to put the pressure on.
Nice breeze on the inside. 1, come board. Okay, mode we get here. Take some main. Just coming up a bit. Higher than up for now.
British pushing high.
The windward boat, Emirates Team New Zealand, having to keep clear and having to cave, so 2 down-speed tacks for Emirates Team New Zealand. Big gains there for the British team.
Shift gears average here.
10 to boundary.
They're very short-sighted.
All the way.
5, 3, 1, 4 down. Bottom this was. Nice. The working out of that tickle. It's a little left phase. VMG's here, looking along.
Ineos bow forward there. They made a little bit of a gain because New Zealand have done those extra tacks. But now it's the arm wrestle as they both come up, coming up to about halfway up. And I've got a bit of a range and bearing. I'm looking out at both boats. Ineos are going pretty nicely in that leeward position. No bearing change from where I'm sitting at the moment. Very even.
I mean, we're definitely intercepting them. Boundary in 20 if we go all the way. Big recovery here. I think it'll be that. It's all good. Okay, you're going to go boundary. Yeah. Forward down. 3, 2, 1, mate. Heading. Okay, mate. 2, 1, forward.
So the British team will wash off a little bit of pace by having to do the manoeuvre, but they will be right of way boat coming into this next intersection as they speed build.
Coming down. Flat Swiss. And working up now. Taking it behind.
Ineos Britannia making it hard for them, coming down.
High speed. Flat boat.
Every metre counts.
Go boundary. Kind of. I think at the moment we just take better breeze in front. Yeah, I agree. 14. 5, 1, up.
The British doing a nice job of just getting their pace on and forcing Emirates Team New Zealand to take quite an evasive avoiding manoeuvre. So little gains there to the British. Emirates Team New Zealand now getting their tack in and having to re-accelerate the boat. So nothing in this race.
Pretty even gates at the top. Will be right turn, so
The voice of Andy Maloney.
Sort of both
very even course, nothing really in it from side to side.
it's good breeze right turn at the moment.
Right now he's in quite a high mode to leeward.
Okay, a little past it, given our targets.
Good breeze doesn't really translate across the gates.
Okay, stand by.
Probably across this.
2, 1, board. They are not laying. 1, mate. I will. 2, 1, go board. We will not cross at this.
Yeah, I like the right-hand turn at the top here. There's more breeze coming in from the right, so I think the right hand would be the favoured side if you can get to it. Both boats, here's the intersection.
Coming up on the breeze.
They're up. They're up. And button.
Emirates Team New Zealand having to put the boat into a high mode here.
They'll probably take the other mark.
I've got the Empires, 35.
Top gate for the first time in race 4, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing in this one. Leg 1 completed of 6.
Just continuing at the moment.
Important cross this, all the right with New Zealand.
He's coming up, protesting that.
Kiwis making it hard.
Hey, hit it, lad. Hey, take main.
We'll have another look at that cross. The Kiwis just making it hard. It's quite a big dial up for the British boat. Van Aisley pressed the protest button, but was greened.
New Zealand have now jibed over on the right. It's going to be looking pretty bow to bow. Ineos have got their bow down at the moment and look to be in quite a strong position. New Zealand are the giveaway boat, but I can now see the New Zealanders coming out from under the jib of Ineos. It looks like New Zealand are just going to be in front, but it's pretty close. New Zealand look to have good downwind speed in this race, matching Ineos.
This is tantalisingly good. What a match between these giants. Nothing in it. The pressure for accuracy from these teams is off the scale.
Could be a big intersection coming up here as they come into the bottom gate. Both boats outside the circles for the bottom mark.
Hold it down.
Both boats splitting at the bottom. Nothing in it.
Bottom gate, first time. Wow, what a race we have in the match at the moment.
80 plus. Sorry, no.
Are they going to be sweet in about...
It's tight.
Slowly, gone a bit early.
They tack to leeward. It's normal for now.
All good.
It's a good
We had quite a big swing to the right in the breeze, and that gave New Zealand the advantage. Tacked right on the face of Ineos Britannia. Look at that wing wash.
Trying to come high when you can, but all good. No, it's starting to hit them. 8-5 now, all good. MG, 3 to build. 1 snowboard.
Here we go.
Just that loss of about 2 boat lengths in each of these tacks in these conditions. The British sailing
I think it's just all the way, isn't it?
as far as they could, and splitting tacks to keep the game alive.
Yeah, it looks okay, but...
Button. 3, 2, 1.
Nice, brother.
Continuing.
New Zealand now tack coming across on starboard. Again, at the top of the course, it just looks a little bit fresher in the top right. New Zealand, I think, just little incremental gains, but it's all about the manoeuvres. The New Zealand boat seems to has a real nice glide through the tacks, and but the gains that are being made by the Kiwis very minimal.
What are you just hit again?
2 women now. Copy. Okay, be 15 this way, so any time that's good. Okay. Stand by tag. Yep. And it's board. 2, 1, mate. I will. 2, 1, go on board. Going to them.
Yeah, as Ben said, it is advantage New Zealand, but only just.
Just that little bit more pressure coming out of that right-hand upper section, so Emirates Team New Zealand protecting that right-hand side.
Follow them up. Yeah, I think just try and get to the intersection line, I think. It's right-hand bias here, so let's go now.
Matt Rossiter and Matt Gottrell absolutely
3, 2, 1, mate.
on the rivet at the moment. Emirates Team New Zealand just giving them absolutely no breathing space here.
Kiwi's done such a good job on this upwind leg, slowly increasing the meterage, the distance between them.
At the halfway point in a race number 4 in the match, the defender is in control, but there's still 3 legs to go in this very, very close race.
Keep coming down to fun all the way here. All yours, bro. I wonder if actually right turn would be better here, pistol, and then sort of a longer one on port. Yeah, copy.
Sailed together forever, a huge collection of Olympic medals. Youth America's Cups, America's Cup victories.
Sailing lower, aren't they?
Huge trust.
Yeah, it's all good.
A little lower, but you're all good. Going nice.
They've certainly done a few miles together and against each other over the years.
They've gone.
I think I'll just go to lay, Pete. I feel good breeze here. It's definitely
fantastic shot there of the foil arm on board Emirates Team New Zealand. The foil arms being a one design component, carbon fibre one design component that all teams use. The lower part being open for design by all the teams. So that 1,270 kilograms, all up, 464 kilos of carbon fibre upper, steel lower part.
It feels windier on that side, and we seem to gain each time. Just a little.
Happy to still right turn and an early tack, Nate.
Okay. I think we've got enough
It's a nice
lead
little.
for that.
Yeah.
That's 22, right?
20.
Yeah, Kiwis identify more pressure bottom right of the
I
track.
think we'll be as the line.
Such a good
but
job
just
of
as soon as
staying
you
in
can,
it.
kinda.
There's definitely more pressure on that right-hand side looking upwind, so you expect
only 2 legs to go in race 4 of the match, and the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, still in control.
All the way down. And 5, 3, 2, 1.
Ineos Britannia trying to match them. Nothing between these crews.
Lovely positioning from the Kiwi team. Right on top of Ineos when they tack. Kiwis will defend.
Slightly better breeze in 15, so I'd want to get to that.
On board the defender chase boat with coach Ray Davies. Ray, no engagement at the start box, clean start, and that upwind leg 3 a beauty.
You're going to feel breeze just on the exit.
Yeah, no engagement on the start. We led back, we got fairly deep in the starting area, and Ineos chose a sort of wide ride option, which is a good choice for them for sure, and had a bit of control over us at the first exchange, but the guys kept themselves right in the race and made that pass at the top of the first beat. They sailed that impeccably, really, to get inside of the top right turn, and now it's a boat speed race, and they're keeping the foot on the throat, which is great to see.
Ray, were you worried at all on that first lap? And also, where do you think the boys got past?
Quite big left phases, don't you think?
Oh yeah, a little concerned about that first beat, but the real pleasing thing is they kept themselves right in it, and then the pass was at the top where Ineos were obviously a bit worried about a port starboard interaction and potentially dipping and then luffing and hooking us, so they went a little over their ley line into the top right turn, gave us an opportunity to tack inside and safely take the mark off them, and that was the key moment. Yeah, it was always going to be hard for Ineos to place that tag perfectly, so again, it was good for our guys keeping the pressure on and making them make tough decisions.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate the insight, as always.
Another 10.
Middle of zone.
5.
That's a beauty button.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, lengthening the final leg to 1.9 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 058.
So, assume we hit them one more time. We've got 25 on port after this tack.
Yeah. Still more pressure.
Happy to take that up a little when you got a pistol.
Copy.
It's good pressure as well as the top mark.
Okay, any time here, little lefty. Okay, stand by.
look at two of the British rowers, both rowing legends. Matt Gottrell, gold medalist. Matt Rossiter. Doesn't look any more pleasant over there.
A lot of load on these sails aboard these boats, over 10 metric tons of main sheet load.
Can you live at the moment, or do you want to tack out?
I think we tack out. Hey, stand by. Put down. 3, 2, 1, mate.
Saw a slight change of strategy there. Just Emirates Team New Zealand let Ineos just go over to the left a little bit, but what the New Zealanders had seen is that pressure that's been at the top mark, and they made a bit of a gain. The other notable point, they made 2 boat lengths on that downwind leg against the fastest boat in the competition.
Maybe for a quicker, you got it up. Going.
Yeah, top rope turn, nice.
The sail plan on board both these yachts, very, very efficient in these 9 to 10 knot breeze range.
2, 1, put down.
Leg 5 of 6 about to be completed. And the defender Emirates Team New Zealand are in a strong position. They'll round the mark and head home.
Okay, I got it.
And think about a big lead in this match.
Just close down waist. Yeah, or just before that we did last time.
Gotta love that one. Tack, tack, boom.
Coming into slightly more wind. It'll compress again down this run. 3, 2, 1.
Ineos Britannia now complete the 5th leg. One more to go. The downward leg, the homeward leg.
2, 1, hit it, boys.
Okay, 100.
All the foils on board both these boats acting like aircraft wings. The flight controllers having to adjust the flaps on those main foils to actually fly the boat above the water surface. Big, big job for the flight controllers. The elevator only about 0.3 of a square metre at the back of the boat on the rudder, so not a whole lot of stability there at the back of the boat. Very much on edge.
So they're going to jibe about now. I think we just get across the open course line.
Voice of Nathan Outridge aboard New Zealand.
2, 1, go board.
Very calm tactician, isn't he? Painting the picture, making the decisions early.
Taking main.
Hard to see how Ineos Britannia are going to get back into this. Kiwis are faultless.
Yeah, both boats sailing really, really cleanly at the moment. Quite a lot flatter water today than we've seen over the past few days. So you can see both boats really pushing the ride height high, particularly downwind, getting those tips well and truly out of the water. So getting that main shaft as high to the free surface as you can for a reduced wetted surface area.
Breeze going down this side at the moment.
Here we see in the bottom box there, Bled and Mon, who's trimming that foil.
Not a great jibe for them.
Looking at it all the time, not just looking at a screen, but actually physically looking.
Copy.
Yeah, Bled and Mon, it's a combination, isn't it, between screens and data and feel and looking at the foil. And you see him leaning out, trying to see past the cyclers to get a good view.
3, 2, 1, mate.
And Bledden having to hand over to Lee McMillan on the other side of the yacht there as they jibe through, transferring load from one foil to the other. It's a real delicate dance to get that absolutely perfect, and both boats doing a brilliant job in these conditions. To see how much mast rotation and power that these twin skin mains can generate from upwind to downwind. Huge depth changes for ultimate performance.
You go pretty hard on it.
3,
Maybe a couple links. Yeah, all good, all good.
2.
Nathan Outridge, Andy Maloney.
There's always that little lifty in there, eh, Andy? Yeah.
Nathan Outridge there, second from rear, now on course management and tactics as they come in towards the finish line here of race number 4.
Just getting a little deeper.
A solitary match race on day 3 of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup. And that's one more, and it's 4 for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Team Knots doing that, not seeing.
Oh yeah.
Driving out of here. What's
not yet.
Happy in Kiwi corner.
That'd be better.
Okay, watch round up and do it here.
But they were pushed today. They were pushed by the official challenger of record, Ineos Britannia.
Just keep sailing down here.
Yeah, be quite. Yeah, agreed.
Great match race.
The British team made you work for that. You know, where do you think you made those gains, and how proud are you of the performance in that race?
Yeah, it was obviously a tight start, and we had a bit of work to do to get off the boundary on the left side, but when we had the opportunity to cross over to the right side, which we thought was pretty strong, we managed to get a little gain and get in at the top mark with the right turn there. So that was pretty much where we sort of got back into the race, and you know, I think we've made a step forward again with the performance of the boat and getting it tacking nicely. So going really well upwind. So yeah, obviously very happy with the result, and plenty to come still.
Nice work, Nathan. And just quickly back to Pete, 4-0 up. We're more than halfway through. How good does that sound?
Yeah, every win on the board's obviously a super nice one. Yeah, it felt a lot more like a boat race today than the one yesterday. Obviously, boats getting pretty close together there. So it was, yeah, nice just to keep marching forward. It feels like yeah, we're improving a lot as a group as we go through these races. Yeah, excited to keep pushing forward.
Been an intense match race. What's the message to the team right now?
Yeah, well, surprised you were going to talk to me about the performance to start off with, but yeah, it was a good race, and they had a good start, got the first cross, but yeah, they're just going well. They're going really well.
Oh, Benny, we've all been drawing straws and paper, scissors, rock here, mate, who was going to ask you the questions today. But, mate, what's the plan overnight to reset and come out fighting for the next race? Obviously, a lot of data to go through.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's a good opportunity to take a day ashore, try and figure out how we can find some gains. Clearly, they're going really well. I think we have our moments, but still there are moments where we're losing a click, and I think that's really the difference.
Hola, welcome to Barcelona. A crack Kiwi team led by Pistol Pete Burling has shown no mercy. Emirates Team New Zealand have displayed an unflappable temperament, seizing the advantage and going 4 up on the scoreboard. Ineos Britannia have the will to win. It's seconds, not minutes, that separate these two boats. Losing is not part of the British mindset. The scene is set for an epic day on the water. Let's head to the start box. New Zealand has port entry. The British are on starboard. So in comes Emirates Team New Zealand. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen they cannot enter until 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Time on distance looks pretty spot on, and they get the green light to enter the start box. And then it will be Ineos Britannia in at 2 minutes. Now this is going to be an interesting one today. Slightly late, Ineos Britannia. They get the green light. Here we go.
Let's get into it, mate. So we can do. Nice way for you.
He's went down, working up here.
100% okay,
Yeah. Gas him.
Really different pre-start. With these bumpy conditions, both boats taking on different manoeuvres. Can Emirates Team New Zealand stay on the foils here? I think they're off the foils.
They're off the foil. Your wheel.
My wheel. Keeping the speed on.
It's breeze.
Oh, that's a really big touchdown there. Emirates Team New Zealand, they're going to have to roll out of here, I think.
A huge opportunity for the British. It is so tricky in this waves, it's going to be hard to get up.
Really difficult to spin these boats down speed, so Emirates Team New Zealand will be very much stuck in irons there, doing everything they can to get the bow down.
This could just be the weakness, the chink in the armour that the British have been waiting for.
All about the foil here, no problem with them.
Ben Ainsley just saying absolutely about keeping the boat on the foils. Emirates Team New Zealand could be well and truly very late for this start.
Absolutely no problem with them. Go above them is quite nice.
The wind is so soft, we're seeing just over 6 knots.
The British will make sure they sail right in front of Emirates Team New Zealand and actually make sure that their wing wash makes it difficult for the Kiwis to get going as well.
They look early for the boats, I'm not sure.
Not the view that Nathan Outridge would have been hoping for.
Up on starboard here, so just trying to get up one. Don't need to start moving until they're on. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely doing one more.
British just gaining maximum pace to secure this manoeuvre.
But race 5 is alive, and it will be advantage Ineos Britannia in the match.
British team will just sail past, providing more wing wash. They'll dip start. They are on the foil, and Emirates Team New Zealand absolutely dead in the water at the moment. So the British will dip start, and they will be launched.
Kiwis could be parked there a long time. Big bump, only just over 6 knots of wind pressure.
They're still going the other way. It's clearing up all the time.
So are we seeing a turning point, or as Shirley said earlier, a tipping point? We've got a guest commentator in today, and it's the skipper of Athena Pathway, Hannah Mills. Hannah, welcome to the team. Nice day to come in.
Yeah, good day to come in. I mean, the British team just did an awesome job there in that pre-start. You know, obviously the Kiwis fell off the foils, and the British really capitalised on that, just giving them as much gas as they possibly could, going back and forth in front of them, blocking their wind, making it hard for them to get up on the foils. And yeah, just a great pre-start from the British.
Just having a look at this manoeuvre, they would have been jibing directly into their own gas here, and really difficult there to keep the boat on the foils. The British winding up and doing their entry with a lot of boat speed and a lot of apparent wind flow, so potentially a little mistake there by Emirates Team New Zealand.
One, going board. Okay, that is your right turn. Copy.
Plenty of pace to stay on the foils there for Ineos Britannia.
Just ask them, tell them on race control, maybe, that channel.
Ineos Britannia coming into the top gate for the first time in this 6-leg race. It is race 5 in the match, and they have a gigantic lead.
This is the umpire's message received.
All the way down.
Has this feeling, Glenn, a little bit of day 3 of back in Auckland, when New Zealand had to level the series up, and then it was that moment in time the following day, and maybe this is that moment for Ineos Britannia.
Absolute dream start in this race for Ineos Britannia, doing a beautiful job keeping their boat foiling. It's almost 3/4 of a leg difference there. The British team executing their job beautifully at the bottom. They'll be lining themselves up.
We have said on so many occasions there is not too much difference in these sailing teams, and it just will take a little bit of a moment to put the pressure back on the other team as Ineos Britannia now completes leg number 2 of 6. And we'll head back upwind.
That's course for now. Yeah, nice.
So New Zealand heading down to that bottom mark gate, and it is quieter at the bottom. What I've noticed is that Ineos are actually on a bigger jib, and just a little bit more horsepower probably helped them in that pre-start, as well as very good positioning. For Emirates Team New Zealand now, their best hope in this one really is if Ineos happen to fall off the foils, but Ineos look fully powered up by coming up this second windward beat. And it just looks the downwind legs are the harder ones in terms of picking your moment to jibe. Upwind is just a little bit easier.
209.
So Emirates Team New Zealand complete leg number 2. It's been a good downwind leg. They've picked up some, well, let's say they've closed the gap somewhat. Ineos Britannia at the top gate, and that will be halfway distance in race 5 of the match. Halfway to potentially their first win.
Okay, turning down 2, 1, down. Okay, yours.
1. Get it large. Okay. Push up. Bang main. Okay. I'll be flat up here, just to the not that long to a boundary here.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, lengthening to 1.55 nautical miles and shifting the axis to 210.
Well, that'll be welcome news to Ineos Britannia. Lengthening the course means more wind, and we're seeing between 9 and 11 knots at the top and between 7 and 9 at the bottom. So there's still plenty holes in this, but Ineos Britannia doing a great job of putting them together.
Come on, shooting at the bottom here, I think. There's good pressure out there. Left turn. Left turn's good.
It'll just be about minimising manoeuvres now for the British team and just sailing the boat well from here.
Yours, Susie.
They will not get mown down through performance. It'll only be through a mistake that we'll see Ineos Britannia concede to the Kiwi team.
Ineos Britannia, that's 4 legs done. Final upwind leg facing them.
Jib's good. Fine. Be staying flat still.
We just go when we think the gas is good.
Ineos Britannia just sailing into a really big right-hand bending pressure there, so that'll help them. 29 knots of boat speed, sailing into some really big seaway there.
Nice wave.
As this breeze increases, the boats actually get easier and easier to sail, so they'll be pretty much on a delivery trip from here. Not much that the Kiwi team can do to dig their way back into this.
Ineos Britannia approaching the top gate for the final time. When they round it, they are heading home and heading home to the finish line. And they look odds on to pick up their first win in the match.
100.
Day 4 of this cup is turning into a monster day for Ineos Britannia and their legion of fans.
Good pressure here. 35 is very happy to extend this way with this ship.
Both boats nearly 40 knots of boat speed and around 9 knots of breeze in these bumpy conditions, so absolutely ripping downwind. Potentially only one more manoeuvre for Ineos Britannia, and they will be heading towards the finish.
Keeping it high in those manoeuvres. Safer in the waves.
Yeah, sailing with plenty of margin is what the British team need to do, just keeping it smooth.
Just briefly, Hannah, how good? How good's this?
Yeah, it's amazing to see. You know, as a British fan, there's tons of British fans here, and everyone's been waiting for this first win. So, you know, just really with the team now that they can get it across the line.
We talk so long about the America's Cup, and we say, can they come back? Can a team come back? What can they do? You just never know. It can happen on any random day. But the phrase, this is the America's Cup, has never been truer today in race number 5, as Ineos Britannia have sailed flawlessly in this. And that will be one ecstatic crew. You can imagine what it feels like coming close to the line to get their first win in the match. But Ineos Britannia have changed the dial. They have just jump-started the comeback, and they're on the board. Ineos Britannia get win number 1 in the match.
Hey, reach in here. Lovely.
Oh, you know what that means. You know what that means. The fight back is on.
Yeah, it's good win for us, and you know, tricky on the start. We sort of trained for those situations. We managed to make it stick and get the Kiwis off the foil, and obviously it's pretty tough for them from then on. But we did a good job to get the boat around the course. Guys did a nice job to sail the boat fast, and look forward to this next one.
Pete, what happened at the start?
Yeah, I mean, biggest lull on the day, right on that entry, so it was a bit of a shame we couldn't quite get across them or really get enough speed to jibe. And then dropped off the foil, and obviously building breeze, it's pretty hard to make a pass.
Ineos Britannia have capitalised on a Kiwi mistake and neutralised New Zealand's dominance. Is this the start of a San Francisco-style comeback? Let's head to the start box for race 6. Ineos Britannia has port entry. Emirates Team New Zealand is on starboard.
British team rolling straight into attack. It's whether they actually roll into a jibe from there. Emirates Team New Zealand immediately going into a defensive position.
Next move, if they tackle, be to go with.
In no space for the British to bear away and jibe, only option to tack.
He's gone.
So Emirates Team New Zealand here will match and try and actually get into leeward of the British team here and actually stop them rolling over the top.
Fast. Back in your transit. Having to push down.
British on the back foot here, Shirley.
Yeah, tricky position for the British. They try and outroll past the Kiwis, get in front of them.
Watch the diamonds. Okay, just watch the zone here and see.
They're going to use the boundary to escape here.
In the boundary. Just coasting down one for them. Go. Just make sure we don't come right.
He's driving
here. Looking to roll. Peel. Facing. Peeling.
Press hard for this.
The British will try and actually re-roll over the top of the Kiwi team here.
100% speed.
Emirates Team New Zealand trying to get underneath the British and hold them out from starting.
He's going to be early on the pin of this.
Yep, just keep pushing. Working down. Get over if we can. We want to be read here. Just doing a couple of them. Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. Your will. Working out them now. Killing one for the pin.
Go.
We're working
pretty good for a ready.
Still killing one. All the way.
About 10, I reckon.
Okay, just killing safe on the pin.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see Emirates Team New Zealand roll out early here.
Got it. Go now, go up. All the way up. Fast, it's slightly complex.
Race 6 is a go in the match for the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup.
It's going to be advantage then, but all good. Zero heel.
Well, they were even off the line in terms of distance, but Ineos Britannia were 10 knots quicker than the Kiwis.
Stand by.
A definite win off the start line there to the British team. Emirates Team New Zealand having to get a tack in, so they will be effectively one manoeuvre behind, even with an even start.
Pretty good. 3, 2, 1. Port down. Oh, sorry. Nice wave here, brother. I don't.
This battle is so tight. Nothing in it. Lining up for another cross.
Just trying to place up all the time. Okay, I'll call it. Okay, up on the breeze now. Very even on the last one. Or we just go to ley line, I think. Maybe ley line here, Ben. Copy.
Voice of Dylan Fletcher. I mean, not really enough room to tack and defend.
So I think we're just now. Closer. Yep. Okay. 15 to ley line.
The British team will just be minimising manoeuvres to try and save the 2 boat length
Good wind at top left mark, and we're just getting into a little more
gain.
now. Stand by. Slightly left phase might be the only thing for us. A big wave to get over here. One phase. Turning. Very well.
We've also seen how strong the Kiwis are at manoeuvres, particularly tacks. Ineos Britannia just limiting the number.
Just getting over this one.
Don't think there'll be an opportunity to hit Emirates Team New Zealand here either. We'll just have to wait to see a close cross coming up. Ineos the giveaway boat.
Yep, they're continuing at the moment.
Top gate for the first time in race 6, and it really is what we've been expecting. Another great match. But it's Ineos Britannia who've picked up the opening race of the day, who will lead the defender around. But there's not too much in it. And Hannah, you've got to love this style of racing, don't you?
Yeah, this is what we all hope for, you know, a real good battle on the water. Fantastic start by Ineos Britannia. And, you know, Emirates Team New Zealand done a great job up that beat just to keep it close, keep it tight.
Britannia starting to look like a rocket ship in race 6. Again being sailed beautifully by the crew, and they lead after 2 legs of 8. So 2 legs of 8. There's still a long way to go, and there's Emirates Team New Zealand have to find something, because today seems today when Britannia are on point. They want 2 from 2. Can the defender stop them?
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shifting the course access to 200. Course length now 1.6 nautical miles.
Let's keep it going. Lock it in.
Really close to the water surface there with that leeward foil as it was highly loaded, so lucky not to get a big ventilation there, but all under control.
Whatever Ineos Britannia has done in the last 24 hours, it's paying off at this point. 3 legs completed in race number 6, and they continue to lead the Defender, hoping to make it 2 from 2. Races like this are about seconds, not minutes, but seconds, and not making mistakes. The Defender's around, but still, they are the chaser. It feels like they're the chaser, Glenn.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 196 and shortening to 1.5 nautical miles.
Yeah, so Ineos Britannia there just down this downwind leg, just chose to put in an extra jibe just to get back in phase and keep tight cover now on Emirates Team New Zealand, and to just try and, I guess, a bit more traditional match racing.
Yep, sacrifice a little bit of your lead to keep control. Very, very smart sailing on board Ineos Britannia.
And control is something that they want to do, to come off this racetrack today with a second straight win and get that much closer to the Defender, who at this point lead 4-1. And they are really being tested today, but they are being bested at the moment by a team that is sailing beautifully, and that is Ineos Britannia. Split roundings.
Oh, really low in the water there. They haven't got the cant all the way down on board Emirates Team New Zealand. It's another unforced error from the Kiwi team. And a big touchdown, so not only a loss in the manoeuvre of the jibe, but a loss in the manoeuvre of the mark. So it's a big, big pump of the brakes and a run off onto the grass, so they'll need to dig their way back into this.
Ineos Britannia were wide at that mark as well. I mean, it just gives us an indication how tough it is. Big manoeuvre in the waves.
Yeah, you just see boat there just not set up how it should have been for that manoeuvre. And a bit of a loss of the rudder there as well, so cant and a bit of rudder all in one. So we've seen how hard it is to sail the boats well in these bumpy conditions.
Ineos Britannia flying into the top gate. That will complete 5 legs of 8. They are in control. They've said they wanted to bring the fight to the Defender, and they have brought the fight today. Emirates are around, heading down. There's not too much in this race number 6 of the match. And Ineos Britannia, who won race number 5, have really controlled this race, which is what they would have wanted to do. Capitalise somewhat on a couple of errors by Emirates Team New Zealand, and with 2 legs to go, that second win is getting a little bit closer.
Yeah, the race is getting a little tighter. Any team that gets this next wind shift right out of either side of the course will take a gain or a loss, so very dynamic at the moment. So Emirates Team New Zealand will be wanting Ineos Britannia to engage and start rolling into some tacks, put the pressure on them. The British will be wanting to just sail fast into the breeze and shift that they're wanting. So
Kiwis are confident of their manoeuvres. We've seen in the last few days making gains, losing less speed with every tack.
Oh, nearly a touchdown there. Just a little too much bow down from the rudder trim there. A little too far kicked under the boat. Just in control.
Yeah, happy. It's 25 to lay. Knocking it in. Nice.
Just having a look at this tack. We'll just watch the rudder. It'll just kick under the boat a little bit there, and that actually just forces the bow straight into the water, so that elevator that's attached to the bottom of that rudder, lifting the back of the boat too hard and forcing that big bow straight in the water. Team doing a really nice job to catch that and keep the boat on its foils.
Happy with left? Yeah, happy left.
This is the last time both boats will be at the top gate.
Okay,
The run to home is next on the 8th and final leg. Downwind and still Ineos Britannia lead from Emirates Team New Zealand. Is it one wobble away for either boat?
British team just need to whack this tent peg in with a sledgehammer, and they've got to get across the bow of Emirates Team New Zealand. That's a huge moment.
And that'll do for Ineos Britannia. On day 4, they are 2 from 2. And it's 4-2. You heard it. They're back in it. And across comes the defender. They will have a big review tonight. They've gone 0-2 today.
Lee, you've had 24 hours to make some improvements. Now you've got another 24 hours. What are we going to see on Friday, mate?
There's definitely more to come. You know, we had a great day getting out yesterday and just kind of throwing it around. And you know, Emirates Team New Zealand have certainly set the bar pretty high, and we feel like we're kind of clawing into them every time we get out. So we're just going to keep that pressure on and keep the momentum going. So yeah, it's great to have a couple of wins under the belt today, that's for sure.
How surprised were you by the improvement in Ineos Britannia, and how caught on the hop were you?
I don't think any of us are surprised at all. We know that they're very good sailors and have a great boat. We didn't really execute the best day ourselves today, so we sort of let ourselves down. So we'll go and review that tonight and come back next time in better shape.
Hola, welcome to Barcelona, where the fight for the America's Cup has reached boiling point. 2 days ago, Ineos Britannia turned the competition on its head and broke the defenders' momentum with 2 solid wins. Emirates Team New Zealand still holds advantage, but momentum is everything, and the British are emphatic the comeback is on. Today is going to be a day of delight or despair for either team. The math is simple. There's only 3 scoreboard outcomes: 4-all, 5-3 or 6-2. Someone's grip on the old mug is about to tighten. The day starts with Ineos Britannia entering on port. Emirates Team New Zealand has starboard.
Peeling 17. Just high out of this. Copy. Peeling. Super light, yeah. Peeling. Let's keep the speed on. Just safe on the staying high here when we can. We're still 4.
British happy there just to leave them, head back, just light in the start box, 9-10 knots of wind.
Try and gas you. I think you try to pace it up. 9. Numbers dropping. Repeat on the start.
Yeah, we're going to get a good pulse here in a second.
Coming away here now.
TTK, time to kill. Looks like the Kiwis are late.
Go straight off the line to start with.
Push, 7, hitting 6. Go hard. 4. Hitting 3.
Hitting flat, Swiss.
Hitting 2. Hitting 1. Away. Hitting half. All the way. All the way. Go.
All the way in. Really nice off the line there.
Race 7 and the match is definitely a go.
They're still closing gauge.
Holding for now until they pressure on the bow.
Just getting their nose out. 10 metres back from the line, doing 40 knots. Over speed on that line. It's so useful.
Just a couple of knots more boat speed by Ineos Britannia, but big right-hand shift at the moment, so you can see how far up the boundary both boats are getting. Emirates Team New Zealand possibly getting the best side of that fan of pressure coming down.
SPMG's here, we're right bottom edge of puff, we're good. We'll hit if they come, okay?
Understood, Pete, we're doing really well.
We can actually see the dark water Nathan Outridge is talking about. Kiwis have a lovely puff here.
Just normal, they will tackle us. 2, 1, go board. Just normal, guys.
Emirates Team New Zealand just landing right on Ineos Britannia's face there. British will have to tack out of here to clear their air.
They've gone back. PMG's now. I'm happy to carry on a little bit here, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Look
Happy any time if you want to do it, guys.
A lot more chat on Emirates Team New Zealand from Nathan Outridge today. Really keeping the comms strong between him and Pete.
Yes, good pressure.
Left turn, early job.
Sorry, I got white high there.
Really puffy Offshore conditions suiting those that love sailing in lake and offshore breezes. It's all about joining the dots.
They've got a long way over lay at the moment. How are they looking up their blades on shift? They're just tagged.
Race 7 is turning into a real battle, and we're only at the top gate for the first time. But the defender leads.
There we go. Yes.
In comes Ineos Britannia. Gains upwind. We know they are quick downwind.
Massive wind shifts on both boats. Emirates Team New Zealand just slingshot into a jibe to get straight back into that right-hand shift. And you see both boats getting absolutely carted down the course at the moment. British 3 or 4 knot boat speed advantage at the moment.
That's obviously huge right favoured, but the right boundary's a little soft, so sort of play in the middle of the course up through here. Yep.
The voice of Blair too. It's interesting on this boat, isn't it, that they really involve the trimmers in the strategical decision making.
If we lift, we might have to jump, okay?
Yeah,
we trust each other.
Easy either way.
I'm lifting and going soft, jiving here.
Pete and Blair on opposite sides of the boat, sailed together for decades.
Both teams are in top gear, coming to the bottom gate for the first time. They will complete 2 legs of 6 in race 7 of the match. This is getting a little spicy with the way the wind is playing out today.
Get her up on the wind when you can. So that's 300.
Smiles around in Kiwi corner. Ineos Britannia takes the right-hand mark, as you said. Head upwind for leg number 3.
Nice. It's definitely nice breeze on the left leg.
Yeah, it's better now. There was just a real light patch if we went straight on look. They're doing well underneath us at the moment, but
There's a nice line here on the port there. All good.
It's all good here, okay?
It's a tough day when you can only see 180 degrees. So important to have that trust and communication between both sides.
3, 2, 1.
A beautiful tack on board. Emirates Team New Zealand, they'll be looking for a right turn.
Half of race 7 is about to be completed, and Emirates Team New Zealand have a healthy lead on the official challenger of record. And they'll be pretty happy about that in Kiwi corner.
Nice.
It's a 1.
It's nice still here.
Another 10. Okay, let's go here.
And bottom.
Jibing right in the meat of that puff. It's exactly what you want to do. Just get the wind up and the slingshot straight out of that jibe, straight down the course.
Ineos Britannia halfway through the race now.
Hey, jibe to match. 20.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 305.
Left shift, the right mark's quite favoured, but I think average phase has it okay.
Is it going to go back before the bottom, or do you want me to go the whole way?
I think you ought to go the whole way. Happy now?
2, 1. Put down.
Little wide.
That's just soft, is what I was worried about more than anything.
Now I'm happy left turn here, guys. Thinking 1 in the slot, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Entering the bottom gate.
Yep.
Emirates Team New Zealand will complete 4 legs of 6. They'll take that right mark, as you said, head upwind for the final time in race 7.
Nice breeze all the way.
Entrance.
Yep.
Nice wavy for it.
Big depowering of the sail package as they exit that bottom mark.
Kids loving it. Kids loving it. Fans loving it in Barcelona on race day 5. Why wouldn't you? This is one heck of a race. Ineos Britannia now powering into the bottom gate.
All the way.
They take the left-hand mark, as you would have seen it, would be right to them, and the chase continues.
My trap, doors. Probably a little bit of windward. Big pressure.
Both teams having a short shift through their gearboxes, going from 3rd to 6th, then to 10th, and then back to 2nd again with the sail plan. Massive power changes through the puffs and lulls, so huge job changing the aero package for best performance. You can easily bleed off a lot of performance by being either too deep or too flat with the sail plan.
What about the foil size and shape? Well, we don't often talk about it. The sails are way more obvious, but they make such a big difference. Could they be adding to the Kiwis' success here?
Yeah, look, the foils on board Emirates Team New Zealand only a fractionally bigger at about 1.2 square metres versus 1.15 square metres, give or take, on both boats. So very, very similarly sized. So just a slight bigger foil on board Emirates Team New Zealand than what we're seeing on Ineos Britannia. So both teams having their advantages at different points around the racetrack. The higher speeds potentially going Ineos's favour.
I'd be happy to pace up a little if you guys are.
Both teams very comfortable.
Nice breeze over here.
Tip piercing. And those tiplets on board both boats adding to the overall span efficiency of the foils. So very much like an aircraft, those tiplets actually increasing the span loading or effectively tricking the foil into thinking it's longer than it actually is. Really not a lot of options left for Ineos Britannia to dig back into this at this point of the race, but Emirates Team New Zealand just linking those pressure lines and shifts up really, really nicely, sailing their own race.
Emirates Team New Zealand at the top gate for the final time, looking completely different as they were to what they were a couple of days ago. When they round that mark, they are heading home to stretch their advantage in the match.
49 knot exit speed there in that flat water.
I'm going to be wide.
It's just about keeping it smooth. You can see the breeze coming from vertically down onto the water. Big fans coming across the course of breeze.
The last thing that Ineos wanted to see was Emirates Team New Zealand firing past down them towards the finish line, and they're yet to make the top gate. It's been a pretty impressive performance to this point by Emirates Team New Zealand as Ineos Britannia will complete leg number 5 and head downwind towards the finish line.
Back in that. We're working away here. 2. On. Hit it, boys. 100. On.
It's a new look, Emirates Team New Zealand today. Just listening to the comms, it is sharper, perhaps with more focus than we'd seen before.
Sorry about the tone on the first up there.
Two key moments for me is Emirates Team New Zealand getting that right-hand side of the upwind beat first time up, but secondly, I think jib choice has really made a big difference here. It looks like the New Zealanders picked the right sail.
Stretch through, aren't they?
Emirates Team New Zealand have put up the stop sign to the British comeback. They have sailed beautifully and they've sailed into a bigger lead. The defender leads 5-2 in the match.
All the way up.
After 2 straight losses on Wednesday, Emirates Team New Zealand stemmed the tide, reasserted their dominance and secured a win. Can they stretch the lead, or will Ineos Britannia strike back? Let's head to the start box for race 8. Emirates Team New Zealand has port entry. Ineos Britannia is on starboard.
So just dragging them in and trigger pull. 2 for the pin.
Voice of Nathan Outridge.
Trigger pull's about 12 feet.
Trying to sit back here. Hey, bottom's there. Nice and slow. 2, 1, pulled up.
Ineos Britannia are currently held out from the start line.
That's your angle.
The Kiwis bearing away now.
Boys.
Good breeze straight to start.
Expect to see a pretty even start from both boats.
Both boats are about to pull the trigger on race 8 in the match, and we are go.
Doing a better part of the puff than that.
Just a slight speed advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand. Just a knot and a half.
You got a minute this way at this angle.
More speed off the line. Slight gain.
just working this little high mode, please.
They go, we wait, don't we, Andy?
I think we go in 10.
This is quite right from what we've seen.
We'll just choose our best pressure.
BMG's now.
Thinking about
307, best pressure in 10, see what it does.
in 10, if it knocks us, we go.
I like going straight here at the moment.
I'm pretty happy with that. 9 up, so I don't know if you want to go a little faster mode.
Copy.
The Kiwis were less than a metre off that start line, doing 37 knots.
Still right phase.
Punchy.
It looks patchy to the right.
Good time on distance. It's a keep up.
Boundary in 10.
Yeah, we'll go boundary 10.
Yeah, nice pressure.
3, 2, 1, port down. It's quite lifted. I think it's coming really nice.
Just gone left. I don't know.
The wrist is a little fast move. Oh, actually, maybe hold up and let it.
Emirates Team New Zealand steaming into the top gate for the first time. They'll complete leg 1 of 8 in race 8 of the match. It's been another promising start for the defender.
All the way.
There we go.
But again, not too much at this gate.
Really nice breeze in front of the mark. They're following.
Ineos Britannia, they're going to play follow the leader.
Turning down in 3, 2, 1. It's kind of a weird hole, so like.
Just so much more pressure down that side of the course. A big touchdown. They need to rebuild here quickly. Ineos.
Forward up. Yeah, my trap going board.
Big mistake on board the British team. They've lost a lot of ground there earlier on this race. Having a look on board here, and oh yeah, a little skid of the rudder, and then a big touchdown on board Ineos Britannia. So really big pump of the brakes there for the British team.
Emirates Team New Zealand, 1/4 of this race done. And they are sailing Tohoro in a different manner than they were 2 days ago.
I think we're just on the wrong side of the fan right now.
That's good pressure, right turn again. It's a little softer left. Quite soft on the left, Mike, at the moment.
Yeah, I can left turn early jibe or right turn.
It's closer to left turn early jibe this time from what we can see. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, happy.
Let's watch them.
Yeah.
See the little woolies on the jib there, just indicating a little bit of stall there right at the front, or sailing into a slightly bending breeze.
Emirates Team New Zealand, a little teeny splashdown heading into the top gate, but there's 3 legs completed and heading downwind.
They're fine, all good this way.
Emirates Team New Zealand have now completed 50% of race number 8, and right now they are in control of this one.
Up and over.
And ripping one board around up there. Really big gust of pressure coming down that right-hand side of the course. 36, only 37 knots of boat speed at about 37 true wind angle, so incredible numbers.
Ineos Britannia powering into the bottom gate at, gee whiz, 40-odd knots. They are flying around the mark. You've got to love technology. You've got to love AC-75s.
Massive manoeuvre there for the British, just coming in with heaps and heaps of pace on there, and that big pressure, needing both boards down to get the grip to actually turn that boat around the mark and apex that turn.
So hard if you're trailing in these conditions. There really is only one way to go.
This will come right again at some stage.
Yeah, unfortunately, the British team is really indeed the dregs out of the chaff bag at the moment. Just not a whole lot there for them to be able to dig their way back into this from that early deficit at the top mark.
Up here on the right.
Stand by. 2, 1, forward. 2, 1, mate. Starting. Very well. 2, 1, go board. Should lay here.
Little gains though, surely back to Ineos Britannia, so putting Emirates Team New Zealand well and truly in the crosshairs. They'll be trying to just minimise that distance and dig their way back in.
Emirates Team New Zealand That's another leg completed. Another leg closer towards a 6-2 lead. Still plenty of legs left in the tank in this one.
Big push, you guys. Nice. Over the top, didn't quite back
Family just loving what they are seeing in the Kiwi corner here in Barcelona, which is parked right next door towards the base as Ineos Britannia round the mark and head down.
Hey, 2, mate. 1. 2, boys. 100.
Oh, windward heel I have to be careful of here. British team, nice catch.
Just going light here for a sec. And then there's a good one over our shoulder.
Yeah, it's good in front, so just keep buzzing.
I think I'll have a quick look just before boundary. This is like obviously good ride and good pressures. This is the one we're trying to link up.
Blair Chuk explaining what they'll be wanting to do on the next upwind leg. So planning the chess moves 4 or 5 moves in advance, which is absolutely what you need to do as you're sailing through the pressure and the lulls so quickly.
You're hoping that decisions evolve. You don't have to make them in a hurry.
Feeling a little light just down here. Thinking cross with an early-ish tack if they do 2 jobs. I think that'll be better, won't it? I think so.
Right.
So right turn is...
Yep. Big push coming up for the Cyclor team in this one-board rounding.
The defender completes leg number 6, and the number 6 will have been a number at the top of their mind coming into race day 5.
Okay, Andy, you got eyes on it?
Yeah, it's a great. Have in the hole.
Late 2-board call, Ineos Britannia.
Nice spot.
What were you thinking?
Not many options at the moment, unfortunately, for them.
Right turn. Yeah, board down 2-1 now.
Ineos Britannia following the leader, chasing Emirates Team New Zealand. What can they do? Is there anything they can do right now?
That's going right. Yep.
Emirates Team New Zealand have not done too much wrong in race number 8. And it is going to be, if they stay in this position, a monumental shift in the America's Cup match. 7 legs done. Next gate is the finish line.
Happy if you get soft.
And Emirates Team New Zealand fans will be just starting to feel a little bit giddy.
Ineos Britannia just about to sail into a really big puff as they come into the top of the course there. So I'll be hoping to get a little wind out of that.
And make this if we want here.
The other mark is biased, but happy
pressure's good the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, stand by. And board.
2, 1, made.
Ineos Britannia, they will complete leg number 6 and head down. And interesting what Coach Rob Wilson had said about that potential rudder issue.
Now all the way.
Backing away.
Any imperfection on the very leading edge of the rudder absolutely can cause a disaster. It can trip the flow. Super highly loaded, those small rudders, so any imperfection can trip the flow and actually spin the rudder out. So big loss of control there.
Jibe here or trig let down?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, still left shift if you want to take it.
Okay, let's go.
Board down.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Landing. 1, 2, 1, board.
Let's go.
Good shift here.
Oh, it's sweet to load. It's a sick wheel. Have to go here. Let's go.
It's a 1,000-metre advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand. To me, leg 7 will go down as one to remember, where New Zealand just hooked up beautiful wind shift as they work their way up the conveyor belt coming upwind to double their lead, or just under double their lead. That was a massive upwind for Emirates Team New Zealand as they head down the final leg to the finish.
It's just better thing.
I asked Ian Murray, the race director, this morning what kind of day we had in store, and he said it is a sailor's day. And that is exactly what we've seen. It has been full head out the boat, picking your way through such a complicated racetrack. It has been a masterclass from the Kiwis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the breeze, because that could be the last of it for a while.
Friday, the 18th of October, 2024, off the coast of Barcelona, is going to prove at this point to be a monumental day for the Defender.
Right, park up
Emirates Team New Zealand have moved to match point in the match and lead 6-2. Nate, winning America's Cup, you're one race one away. How are you feeling right now? Come on.
I'm feeling like it's not done till it's done, so looking forward to seeing you on the weekend, as I said.
That's the correct answer. Well done, Nathan.
Hola, welcome to Barcelona. Is this the day America's Cup history will be made? Emirates Team New Zealand are one win away from winning the Old Mug and becoming the first team in modern history to win 3 Cup regattas in a row. Ineos Britannia are in a must-win situation. If they lose one race, there is no tomorrow. They are in the fight of their life. To quote their skipper, Ben Ainsley, "There's no second chances. We've got to win every race from now on in." The siege mentality has kicked in. Is there a comeback on the horizon, or will this be the last tango in the dance in the waters off Barcelona? Let's head to the start box for race 9. Emirates Team New Zealand have port entry. Ineos Britannia are on starboard.
Ineos Britannia jibing inside.
Smooth, that's boat lay.
A lot of dirty air. Emirates Team New Zealand having to deal with at the moment.
Up out, down here, board out, all the way out, left. Pushing full speed when we can. Yep, keep pushing down. 2.
Ineos Britannia attacking with them, making life difficult.
Board down, stand by. Yeah, 2.
Emirates Team New Zealand now tacking.
Trying to go back in front of you.
British having to avoid as the giveaway boat.
2, 1, board.
A lot of dirty air for Emirates Team New Zealand to deal with. They have to punch through here.
For the line.
Killing 11, killing 10.
Really well controlled by the British, this pre-start. Massive chance in this light airs that the Kiwis get into trouble.
British doing a really nice job.
Breeze right is okay.
Pressing now.
Go through, so go above. Stand by, boys. Up and 5. Here we go, boys. Hit it. Killing 3. All the way, go hard. All the way up.
Race 9 in the match, and the race towards history continues on the Mediterranean.
That's a big moment. Shirley, Emirates Team New Zealand having to tack away. British winning that start.
Actually, we are in a little lefty, but
nice phase.
It was pretty even, that start, wasn't it? The British were slightly faster, 1 knot faster.
Yeah, I think you can get back before the boundary.
I agree, they're going to be... Yeah, we're actually done all right here, guys, so it's trending right.
Hey, keep going in this spot. You're cool, Blue.
10 seconds, that's going to have enough boundary too. 10 seconds. Good.
Yeah.
So for those wondering what the inside of an AC-75 cockpit looks like, Nathan Outridge on the wheel at the moment.
The screen on the left gives you all the course information.
Emirates Team New Zealand, right away boat. British having to duck early.
Happy on the wind?
Nothing in this race.
A little more transition later. Yep.
20 boundary. Okay, just amateur at the moment. There's a little more inside of us.
Stand by.
Very good start by Ineos. I had them slightly ahead, with New Zealand having to peel and come over to the right. The New Zealanders then got a little bit more pressure and a punch forward to win that vital first cross.
Okay, they continue for now. Breezes still on the main electrons.
Yeah, that was the cross. The Kiwis did well on that right-hand side of the track. There's a bit of a shift also, a touch more pressure.
Emirates Team New Zealand are about to complete leg 1 of 6 in race number 9. They got beaten at the start, but they have certainly put the foot on the pedal. Upwind on leg number 1 of 6. Long way to go, though. Both these boats are fast.
2, 1, rolling away. All yours. Happy with that, Andy?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't had a good look right now.
Right.
Button and port.
best chance to look now, Andy. I'm kind of blind.
Okay.
To me, I kind of feel like a right turn is good, but...
Yeah, I agree. That looks nice.
But it's a bit soft in that corner.
I think you extend like 100 metres and
Great
then we might
comms,
have a good
Shirley,
option to go
between
across.
Nathan and Andy there.
It is a left phase here, that's the
A
only
lot of wind angle talk.
Yes, sure, it's a tight lay, but...
Go right, Mark. Way faster manoeuvre.
Huge trust between these sailors.
Emirates Team New Zealand heading to that bottom gate and holding a steady margin on Ineos Britannia. And it's steady. They take the right-hand turn. You heard them talking about it. They said, yeah, looks good. Well, it's good, and around they go. A third of the race distance done for the defender.
Right phase.
They might go on this head.
And
That one should be clear now. That's spot.
Ineos Britannia have closed the gap. Good gains at the bottom end of the track.
Emirates Team New Zealand just playing a little bit of tax, coughing up a little bit of their lead to take control of this race, putting themselves in between their opponents on the top mark. Board with Pete Burling on the starboard side. That wire rim there to satisfy a rule requirement.
Those ones we saw at the top.
Obviously not needed
come down the course of it.
to hang on to, but they're for meeting the rules of the class.
Don't want to give them too much leverage that side.
Almost in zone.
Buttons on board operating a lot of the sail control, Cunningham's, and settings on board the yacht.
1.2. That's very easy, but
keen to protect right from up here, I think.
A lot of separation. Emirates Team New Zealand carried all the way over to the right-hand ley line, and that's given Ineos a lot of separation on the left. Ineos now have tacked because they were over here on the boundary, but Emirates Team New Zealand are certainly just playing the pressure shifts up the second one would be.
Quite big gains, Shirley, to the British team. They've lined up a couple of nice shifts there.
So I think you want to squash him that way. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think so. Just to good numbers, and let's go back. It's the danger side right now.
Definitely more pressure on that right-hand side of the course. So British happy for Emirates Team New Zealand to tack on so they could immediately tack away.
they come back.
Thinking that they're sailing into more pressure and better shift, and they're making gains on that right side of the course, Shirley.
Yeah, we've had a little right shift as well.
Digging their way well and truly back into this. About 10 degrees different in boats' angles there. They will take a big chunk of distance out of Emirates Team New Zealand on this next exchange. And they will be the right-of-way boat. They've really closed the gap here.
2, 1, 14. You're well? See the keep it
Just enough room, wasn't there, for the Kiwis to defend.
They're out.
British immediately tacking away. They would have been straight into getting a face full of mud.
Come on, let's go.
Haven't got far to go to build speed and re-tack. Emirates Team New Zealand having to decide now what to do.
You talk about those shovels always, about getting them out. Well, Ineos Britannia have certainly got the shovels out, and they are making gains.
Ineos just tacking. As we look across, Emirates Team New Zealand are going to be ahead, but my word, Ineos are really taking it to the Kiwis here. Ineos' last tack from starboard to port, they just had a touch-and-go touchdown, but they're continuing to make good gains on the Kiwis, working this right-hand side of the track.
Ineos Britannia did so well there. They really used their speed. Currently hanging in that high lane.
Well, this will be a battle of the high modes here. Both boats in a high, slow mode. British team having to survive.
I think we do 26.
Got a swing if you want it.
Yeah. 25.
It's probably about 70 is your angle. They're pressing hard in the upper.
26. Not yet. Good, nice work, Dylan. 27.
Ineos Britannia doing well to hang in there, but both boats are over ley line.
29.
Kiwis holding the British up.
Bit from them at the top. Okay, your wheel. Yeah, mine.
How good is this? A drag race to the top gate and monster gains by Britannia.
Expect to see a split at the top here.
Both teams, top gate, halfway through, race number 9 of the match. So the gap is closing. Have New Zealand executed a winning performance, or will the British ruin the party and keep this regatta alive? All will be revealed after the break. Welcome back to the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup match. Just 4 nations have won the America's Cup: America, Australia, Switzerland and New Zealand. Can the Kiwis deny the British sailing's ultimate prize, or will the British live to fight another day? Let's head back to the racecourse for the continuation of race 9.
And board. That's a nice position for us, boys.
38s, pretty nice.
A big wind shift coming through, Shirley. Big right-hand shift.
Let's go on board the chase boat for Ineos Britannia. Rob Wilson joins us once again when it's getting really tight, Rob. Beautiful job upwind.
Yeah, they left the door open very slightly on that second beat, which gave us a route back in just on the right side. And, you know, we're just pressing down that side now, hoping to get further into them.
Rob, how volatile is this racetrack?
It's been tricky with the building breeze. There's quite a big shift range, and you know, the ride's was pretty good on that last beat, but there's still some shift to play with for sure.
Lots to play for. Leave you alone.
Thank you.
Got one more pulse before the boundary.
I think he is here.
Little pulse coming here.
Little increase coming here.
New Zealand made a pretty nice gain by taking that right-hand side off the top mark. I think there was just a little bit more pressure, so they've just extended as we come down to the halfway on this downwind leg. But this is an absolute beauty of a race.
Yeah, I've just pulled my helmet and goggles out of the cupboard and put them on in the commentary booth here. How about you, Shirley? Fantastic battle.
2, 1, and board.
Both teams having to execute their manoeuvres perfectly to maintain a best performance of both boats. Accuracy is key in these type of days.
They've gone just on lane.
Bit of burling on the handlebars now.
For left marking.
Yes. Yep.
Gains back to Ineos Britannia again, coming in on that right-hand side, sailing in slightly more pressure at the moment than Emirates Team New Zealand.
That's going to be difficult for him. Yeah. He'll be on the sail on that.
Yes.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shortening the course to 1.7 nautical miles.
Just below the IMSA.
Yep. It would be a pretty good move, I think, but what do you...
Just want to defend the right.
I can take either mark right now, it's good for me. Have a look at the wind, Blue.
I think
it's good riding. I'm happy to go, if you're making it okay, I'm happy to go right.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Left mark. Single. Happy on single board.
Yeah.
The defender continues to lead as they complete leg number 4, but look who's closing again. Ineos Britannia, 4 legs completed, 2 to go.
Really close rudder to the surface there, Emirates Team New Zealand. Big right-hand shift and pressure at the moment. Ineos Britannia laying in, but deciding to split and take it on the mark. So big right-hand shift at the bottom of the course at the moment with pressure.
Just go the mat here. Okay, good pressure here. It's a bit of a lefty if you're going to take it. A little bit of pressure.
We know this is tight. We know this is tight. And it is a classic match race here in Barcelona.
stand by. Yeah. 2, 1,
Let's go on board the chase boat for Emirates Team New Zealand. Ray Davies. How are the nerves? How are the nerves? This is tight.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, it's a pretty tight race, and we're seeing a trend to the right. The right side was obviously very strong up that second beat, and we're on the right-hand side of them at the moment. But, you know, they're not letting us get away with it easily here. It's all on, that's for sure. It's good.
How confident are you that you can hold them?
Oh, no, I think we're going all right. I think we're just going to settle into a better beat here, protecting the right. The right side seems pretty strong. There's sort of breeze improving and slowly going right. So, yeah, the gains have been out this side. So, yeah, I'm happy with what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Ray.
You happy with that?
This seems nice left. Starting to go right again.
Starting to come right pretty quick. I can go any time here. I think a little further for the wind.
Yeah, looking at the wind field, looks good where Ineos Britannia are heading. More pressure on that left-hand side. It is not straightforward.
We saw how much ground Ineos Britannia made up on that second beat, pulling out almost 180 metres out of Emirates Team New Zealand on that work. So lots of shifts, lots to play for, and a big amount of leverage at the moment. Both boats on opposite sides of the course. So.
This is the race committee. We are moving the finish line, shifting the axis of the final leg to 206.
Emirates Team New Zealand have just hooked into a little bit of a right hand. I think it's more pressure than shift on this right hand side as Ineos tack over on the left. Still really close. You can see that advantage line is just in favour of the Kiwis. But Ineos are not going away, very evenly matched.
Keep the boat ripping in this riding.
Emirates Team New Zealand on starboard tack right away boat. Ineos Britannia having to give way, but the right-hand shift will favour Emirates Team New Zealand now. It's what they do with it. Do they hit or do they keep going straight?
They're on intersection. You can get a little bit further here.
That is the correct move in that position.
Yeah, as Ray said, also Kiwis like that right-hand side, nervous of it, want to defend it.
That wing wash right on top of Ineos Britannia. They have to bail from there to keep their boat sailing at max performance, keep the air intake clean.
Hang high out of the stack. One board. A little bit.
Hey, boys. How's it look up in?
And button.
Kiwis going with them. Loose cover, shepherding them over to the left-hand side.
Don't be too aggressive on the build here. That's nice.
Nathan Outridge now on course management and eyes on their opponent on the downwind side of the boat on the left.
That's going to be 5. Probably just a lay line.
Much a carbon copy of the last manoeuvre, just lining their opponents up so they're right in their exhaust gas.
It's good out here this time.
It's a bit more even across the course.
It's only 10 delay.
Yep.
Still sitting on your hips.
Bring a little
Just
over.
give it a couple of links.
Both boats lined up, coming directly to the starboard lay line. The New Zealanders have gained on this upward leg by just pumping the right-hand side. But still pretty close, but New Zealand look pretty comfortable.
Easy though, they're going to have to go way further. Nice medium.
But it's not massive riding.
The British now having to do 2 manoeuvres if they want to split at the top, so
there was more halfway up, eh?
both boats needing to be locked in on this top mark.
The cool heads of Emirates Team New Zealand. This is the final upwind leg. They turn the boat downward and they're on course for history. Ineos Britannia.
Pull away around.
Final top gate rounding.
British team having to tack there to keep their air clean. They would have been a lot of vortex and disturbed air to sail around behind Emirates Team New Zealand. They'll be hoping for some pressure down that side of the course.
Taking main.
Costly, those manoeuvres, aren't they? Just look at the meters.
Every manoeuvre about a 2-boat length loss upwind. The British having no choice in that particular case, having to split away.
Come back. Yeah. like different angles.
3, 2, 1, mate.
Turning.
Don't mind.
2, 1, inboard.
Ineos Britannia running out of options.
Hey, boys.
Still another manoeuvre or two for Emirates Team New Zealand. Needing to keep concentrating and keep locked in.
Starting to lift here again. We could be open whether we step down or carry on. Not heaps in it.
Nothing like amazing here. We're just going to get knocked for a little bit longer here. We're just running on the edge of a little bit of pressure.
Bottom edge.
Yeah, we're just in it nicely.
Yeah, bottom edge we're out. I don't think I'll get heaps further right than this.
Very calm comms on
Nice
Emirates
lane,
Team New
yes.
Zealand, feeding in the information from both sides.
Boats nice and easy to sail and steer in these flat water conditions, so it's all about sailing off your numbers, making sure you're sailing the boat at absolute maximum performance for best speed. Sail it to its design targets.
Yeah, I'll just get boundary job. Seconds.
Yep, all good.
Potentially one more jibe for Emirates Team New Zealand, the British jibing back. I'll be hoping for a mistake in this next manoeuvre.
2, 1, board.
New Zealand are one of the most storied teams in America's Cup history. They have won the Cup twice, and they have defended it twice. But this one is just a little bit special. Here in Barcelona, we are witnessing Emirates Team New Zealand deliver a Mediterranean masterclass. They are about to become the first team in modern history to lift the trophy 3 times in a row. You better believe it. The three-peat is complete, and Emirates Team New Zealand win the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup.
Out, man.
2, 1.
Beautiful, boys.
And a massive congratulations to all the team at Emirates Team New Zealand. Very, very well sailed. Well, great campaign.
They were so impressive, weren't they? And the few times they were challenged, they just came back stronger.
But let us not forget the valiant challenge from Ineos Britannia. They threw everything at them. Everything. And they must too be congratulated.
They certainly should be. Absolutely fantastic opponents. Ineos Britannia, they should be all extremely proud.
Yeah, nice boys. Good work, Shreki.
Let's go on board the victorious boat, Taihoru. Peter, first of all, congratulations. You've made history 3 in a row.
Oh, to be honest, I think it's still just sinking in. Yeah, this team hasn't obviously got a few bad memories before my time of sitting on match points to be able to get it done today. I mean, what an awesome day. Barcelona's just been absolutely amazing, and yeah, what an amazing feeling.
Natho, your first America's Cup win, mate. How does it feel?
It's pretty special. You know what it's like, Glennie, sailing with this group of people and being involved in this team. It's been a huge journey. I've loved every minute of it, and it was great to close it out today. It's yeah, it's been a big dream for a long time, so it's so awesome to be here with everyone and achieve it. And yeah, looking forward to the celebrations tonight.
Yeah, Nathan, as Glenn said, it is your first Cup with Emirates Team New Zealand. What is it? What is the magic that keeps on delivering?
It's the people, it's all the people climbing on the boat right now that work very hard. You know, this isn't just a sailing competition as most of us think it is. It's a huge design and engineering competition. And, you know, the guys that have been working for 3 years to put this boat together for us, the people who have been building it, the people who maintain it on a daily basis, it's a massive team effort, and I'm just honoured to be a part of it and really happy we were able to deliver on the water when it counted.
Ben, commiserations. I have to ask you your immediate thoughts right now.
Yeah, just firstly got to say a huge well done to Team New Zealand. I mean, what an amazing campaign and team, and in my view, I think they're the best team ever in the America's Cup, so that's quite some achievement, so well done to them. And to our team, I just can't say enough thanks to everyone for all of the effort they put in over the years to get us this far. And you know, it's been a hell of a road through this event to get this to this finals, and we had our moments in the finals, but you know, end of the day, the better team won.
Faster, sharper and exuding confidence, Emirates Team New Zealand have steered their foiling monohull to victory and taken prime position on the podium. For Ineos Britannia, it's a case of what might have been. The British fought hard, but winning 5 in a row was always going to be a monumental task. In the end, the charge to history was won by Emirates Team New Zealand. The Kiwis are the all-conquering powerhouse of this regatta. They now have 5 America's Cup wins under the belt and have become the first team in modern history to win 3 regattas in a row. Their ability to learn, innovate, adapt and improve has been the key to their success. The preparations for AC38 begin tomorrow, but the celebrations, they start now. Emirates Team New Zealand are the winners of the Louis Vuitton 37th America's Cup.